Well, hi there, everyone. Welcome to Board Games with Scott Live, Play Along Edition. In these videos, what I do is explore a game, play it, and invite you to join and play along with me. And so today's game we're going to be looking at is MonsDRAWsity. It took me a long time to figure out what the pun was in this name. The first time, like once. But when you don't say it out loud, when you just get the game and read it in your head, you don't get it. But then you say it out loud and read the letters. MonsDRAWsity. Oh, it's funny. Hoppa, hoppa, hoppa. Anyway, so what we're going to do today is we're going to explore MonsDRAWsity. Now, if you want to play along, what you want to do is first get yourself some pencil and paper because you're going to be drawing. Second, if there's anyone else in your household who would be liked to play along, this will actually work really well to gather people around the computer and play together, because then you'll be able to compare the drawings that you made and be able to have that. If there's other people you'd like to connect with online and watch the video together and play that way, that would work too. But it will be better if you've got other people around to share this with. If not, hook up with people online, and if not, well, then you're going to play with me. So what we're going to do is we're going to play a few rounds of it. I'm going to describe some things to you. You're going to draw them, and it'll give you a good feeling if this is a game that you have interest in purchasing. That's really the goal of these little videos, is just to tell you, is this a game? Is this an experience that you like? So what's going to happen is I'm going to describe a picture. So what we have in the deck here are monsters, and the idea is that these monsters are something that they've need to be described. So there's a witness who sees the monster for 20 seconds and then has to describe the monster for 2 minutes. And everyone is going to draw what that witness describes. And then afterwards, you're going to look to see what the monster looked like. And then everyone is going to vote as to which drawing was closest to the monster. The witness will also pick who they think is the best, and will get a bonus point if they pick the same one that the group votes on. And so that's the way this game is going to work. Like with many party games, it's more about the activity, less about the scoring. I find a lot of party games break if the scoring is too complex, or rewards people for getting really focused on the scoring aspect of the game. Party games can kind of fall apart. And so I find party games, in fact, many party games, if there's a scoring that just doesn't make sense or is overly complex, I'll just pitch it out. I say, let's just not bother scoring and just play it for the activity that's going on. Telestrations was a good example of that. Telestrations was a game, and it's an enjoyable game. The way it works is you have a phrase and you draw that phrase, and then you pass the drawing to the next player. The next player looks at that picture and tries to figure out what the phrase was and writes down what the phrase was. And then it's done with a flip book of these little whiteboards. And so what happens is you draw one, then you flip it over, pass it to the next player who looks at your drawing and tries to figure out the phrase and writes down the phrase and passes it to the next player, who then reads the phrase and draws what is on the phrase and then passes it to the next player. And it goes around the table till the book is all full of alternating pictures and words. And then there's a really weird scoring system that doesn't make any sense at all to me. So I just play the game for the activity. I don't even bother trying to score it. But anyway, so what's going to happen is I'm going to look at a card. I'm going to have 20 seconds to look at that card. And then I'm going to put the card down and I'm going to describe it to you. So hopefully in this time when I've been nabbering on, that you've managed to get some paper and some pencil handy, because you're going to have to draw, or collected other people that are in your household and all going to sit around the computer and play the game together. So if you're not ready yet, pause the video and go get ready. And now we're ready to start. So MonsDRAWsity. There. Okay. So I'm going to look at this card for 20 seconds. That's going to be really exciting for you, isn't it? Yes, it is. Here we go. Okay. Well, that gave you information, didn't it? Right there when I turned it. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Are you ready? Got a timer here. Here we go. 2 minutes. You won't believe what I just saw. This thing was crazy. It was this really long, like a snake, but not just a snake. It was a snake that was curled in on itself a bunch of times. It was a big furry snake as well. It had, so if you think about a snake that was curled on itself 3 times, And then within each of those curls, it was curled on itself again. So you had a snake curled on itself, curled on itself. You can see you're probably yelling at me because I didn't tell you about the curls and you drew a snake to start off with. Anyway, now the snake had like tentacles for legs, and the tentacles were gathered underneath the curls on top of itself. So there were 5 or 6 tentacles under each of the 2 big bodies of curls, and the curls were stacked 2 on the bottom, 1 on the top, and there were tentacles on the bottom too, and then a few tentacles underneath where the head is. Now the head was like a big dragon head, and so it had 2 big eyes, and it had tentacles on the top of the head too, and kind of tentacles on the top all the way down, all the way to the tail. It had stripes, but the stripes didn't go straight across. The stripes were in like V's, like consummate V's, all the way through. It was purple. Not that I meant colors, but it was dark purple and light purple on the stripes. And then there was a tail coming off the back, and that had, I think the tail had like spikes on it. I think that's what we had. Also, if you're playing in person, you can have in the rules where people ask you questions about what it is that they're seeing. So at this point, I might stumble and say, well, I'll let you draw that. Someone says, oh, what were the eyes like? Oh, the eyes, so the eyes were round, and the eyes had like a grate on the top, almost like a grate. They were red eyes, round red eyes with a grate over the top. Like fly eyes. There we go, like fly eyes. So dragon head, fly eyes, tentacles on the top, tentacles on the bottom, tentacles on the tail, tentacles underneath. And then the snake was curled on itself 3 times and had lots of little curls wrapping around itself. I think that's all I have to say, and we are out of time. There we go. All right, there is your drawing. So now what you want to do is now you're going to share your drawing. So show your drawing if you're playing with other people. Show your drawing to each other. Laugh about what you've created. And then I'm going to show you what it really was. So you ready to see what it really was? Here we go. There we are. That is what we saw. Oh, I forgot that he had a tongue. Oh, forgot all about that. And the tail didn't have spikes on it. It had more tentacles all over the top and the bottom. So now what you're going to do is you are going to choose, if you're playing with others, which of the ones that are there is the best. And you're going to pick that now. And that's how you score points. And that's how the game works. So that is round number 1. Now we're going to do this one more time, now that you've got a hang of it. Okay, are we ready for round number 2? All right, so we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to look for 20 seconds, and then I'm going to have 2 minutes to describe it to you, and you're going to draw it, and we'll see this time if we do any better. Okay, are we ready? Here we go. And go. Okay. Oh, gosh. All right. Okay, and then he's got that, and then, okay, all right, all right, and he's got 2 of those, and that, my mouth, and then, okay. All right, here we go. And we will start. All right, so what we have is kind of like a lizard creature with a crocodile head. So draw an S, draw a slightly smaller S. That's going to be the body of the creature. Except for the legs, there's 3 legs instead of 2. So you're going to make 3 legs. There's 2 arms on either side of the S. Now, at the end of there's a total of 5 appendages, 3 legs, 2 arms. At the end of each is a hook. So the arms are like hooks. The legs are like hooks going back. And these hooks have spikes on the underside of the hook, kind of like a barbed fishing hook. And then now the head is a crocodile head, or like a or like a praying mantis, head, sort of long head, but a long crocodile mouth that's open with teeth like a crocodile. Eyes are big googly eyes, so 2 big eyes, one on either side of the head, big eye with a pupil. Then, covering the back of the creature are circles, are globes, like pusts, like cysts, covering the back and a little bit down the shoulder. And on top of these cysts, I think there were little spikes all over the top. Ears, I guess it had ears. I don't remember what the ears look like. Let's see. So yeah, so S-shaped body, kind of muscular. The arms were, so draw some muscles in there. You can make muscles by making little under circles where the muscles would be. So big muscular shoulder with the arms coming down either side, and the big hook arms underneath, and the cysts all over the top, and then big googly eyes, and almost happy looking, like a crocodile, long crocodile head with teeth and big happy looking crocodile. Let's see, what else? Yeah, I think that's about it. You got about 8 seconds left. Hurry up, finish up. Oh my gosh, they're coming. All right, that is time. Okay, so there we go. Now, take a moment and share your picture with the people who are around you. See how they did. Have a good laugh about how horrible drawers everyone is. That's fine. And are you ready to see what it looked like? All right, there it is. There we go. Oh, I forgot all about his two horns, didn't I? I remember thinking about the two horns, and I forgot to talk about the two horns. He's got the cysts, he's got the S and smaller s, 3 legs, claws for hooks, and big googly eyes, and a happy guy. Hey, how's it going? So there's your picture. So now look at the other people around you, figure out who did the best. And if you're by yourself, well then, hey, you did the best. Good for you, you're the winner. All right, so now we're gonna change things around a little bit. And here's the way this is going to work. I'm going to show you a card for 20 seconds. And then you are going just to describe that card. Now, if you've got other people around, pick one person who's going to look at the screen and the other people don't look at the screen. If you're by yourself, then just describe it to the screen, because little do you know this, but YouTube has this new thing built in where there's actually a microphone and I am listening to what you say so that as you describe it, I'm going to draw it. Isn't that cool technology? Yeah, not creepy at all, is it? No, okay. So if you're ready, I'm going to show you. Now again, if you're at home playing with other people, or you're online playing with other people, only figure out now who's going to look, because no one else should look for 20 seconds. And then that person will describe to everyone else around you. You're going to describe to me. So I'm going to look away so that I don't see what's going on. You know what? I'm going to do a test here of the picture. Let's see how I can do this. If I'm going to do a test, I'm going to hold it like this. That should be good. Okay, that's not the real picture. I just want to test to make sure that I know the lineup of where I should put it. So I'm going to put it right about there. In fact, I'm just going to hold this here. And here we go. Are you ready? Okay. And I'm looking away. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, that's it. There's your picture. Now, 2 minutes to describe what you just saw. And again, you're going to describe to me if you're by yourself. Otherwise, you'll describe the other people around. Okay. And we're off. 2 minutes. Okay. Huh. All right. What was the general shape of the body? Okay. All right. That's good. Okay. How many? Okay. And what was on the end of the arms? Okay. And what about the legs? What were they like? All right. Now, talk about the mouth again. What was it like? Okay. Anything on the top of the head? What were the eyes like? Okay. Any other features? Anything else? Got about 30 seconds left. that it? 10 seconds. All right, that's it for time. Okay. So there we go. So everyone, now show your pictures to the other people around you. Here we go. All right. Now let's see what it looked like. There we go. That's what it looked like. Everyone can see what this looked like. Oh, how did I do? Oh, well, you're pretty awesome. Look at that. Look at the description you gave. That was fantastic. Oh, what a great job. You've got to play this game. If you can describe this person and it comes out looking like that, that's almost perfect. So there you go. That is MonsDRAWsity. I'll figure this out someday. Anyway, hopefully this gives you an idea if this is a game that you might want to play and explore. The description is, the critters are fun, the descriptions are fun, so fun party game. The game comes with enough for 10 players, but you could actually play with as many people that have pens and paper around. You don't have to use the whiteboards for that. So you could play with a whole classroom of people if you were a teacher. You could do this and explore this thing. So there you go. That's MonsDRAWsity. Hey, I got it right. All right. I will see you next time on Board Games with Scott Live. Take care.